These are the F6 Open Earbuds, and as you can see, there is no branding in this box, so I'm just gonna call them the F6. Now, these were sent to me for the purpose of making this video, and I have been using them for a while, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. And spoiler alert, they are not perfect, and I'm going to try to let you know who these are for. Now, these are open earbuds, which basically means that they do not go inside your ear canal. Instead, they have like a speaker that goes right on top of your ear canal, and that has some benefits as well as caveats, and I'm going to touch on both. One of the main benefits of having open earbuds is that you are able to be aware of your surroundings. So if you are an active person, you like to go jogging, you like to exercise, but you need to be aware of whatever is happening around you, especially if you go running, for example, then these are excellent because you can listen to whatever it is that you want to listen, be it music or podcasts or maybe a YouTube video running in the background if you have YouTube Premium, and you can still be aware of whatever is happening around you. So you can listen to cars driving by, you can listen to somebody, on the other side of the street that maybe calls your name or something like that. You are able to listen to all of that very clearly while not sacrificing the privacy of listening to your music or whatever audio content you want to listen to. Now, on the flip side, there are caveats, like I mentioned. One of those caveats is that you do have to sacrifice sound quality in these types of earbuds. For example, the bass, while on these particular earbuds is pretty present, it is not punchy, so that basically means that the bass is not too solid. Now, that is not to say that there is distortion, or at least I did not perceive any distortion, but you do feel lack in the sense that the bass is not, that solid bass that you really enjoy pumping into your ears. Another usual caveat of this type of earbuds is that you sacrifice the volume. Now, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but this is really not the case on these ones, and based on some examples or some testing rather, they actually did surprise me in that regard, but more on that later. They come inside this charging case, which at first glance is pretty big, and actually at second, third, and fourth glances, it's still pretty big. However, it is also very slim, so that means that even though it is pretty wide, it is still very pocketable. And I have no issues carrying it in my pants pockets. Of course, these are men's pants, so the pockets tend to be pretty large, so there's that. Now, the case does feel pretty plasticky. It is very, very light, so I guess that's both a pro and a con. And the cover is not exactly magnetic, so it's only spring-loaded. Okay, so there's that. Now, speaking of magnets, there are magnets holding the earbuds in place, and they do charge through two prongs on each side. There is an LED screen here that tells you the charge of the case as well as the indicator or status indicator telling you whether or not each of the earbuds is charging. Now, the case itself charges through USB-C. There is no official rating in terms of hours, how long this allows you to charge the case or how many times it allows you to charge the case. But doing a little bit of math, this case has a capacity of 500 milliamps and each of the earbuds has a capacity of 100 milliamps. So roughly 2.5 times is the amount of times that you can charge your earbuds in this case. And the duration, or the rated duration rather, of these earbuds is about 10 to 12 hours of listening and over 100 hours of standby time. Now, of course, these are the maximum times that you should expect from these earbuds, and it will vary depending on how loud the volume is when you're listening to your music. Now, in terms of call quality, I'm going to let you listen right now to a mic test. This is the audio quality that you can expect from the microphones in the F6 Open Ear Bluetooth earbuds. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And why do we always use this same phrase? So after listening to the mic test, I can say that the quality of the call would be pretty much what you would expect from any Bluetooth earbuds. Now, how do they sound? Well, like I mentioned before, you do have to sacrifice sound quality, so do keep that in mind, that if your main concern is listening to music, then you should set your expectations in regards to this type of open earbuds. So you do have to sacrifice sound quality, mainly the bass, like I think I mentioned, The bass is really not solid, it's not punchy, so even though it is very present, it is very much present, they are pretty bassy, but they are kind of muddy, okay? So you do not expect any bass that is going to be overpowering, or the type of bass that really kicks in when you're listening to electronic or reggae or any other type of tropical music, but they still are pretty pleasant. Now, on the positive side, they work with an app that you can download, and the app is called Original Sound. Very original. And even though the very generic sounding name of this app actually is pretty good. I mean, there are no ads to be seen anywhere, and there is a lot of customization that can be had with these earbuds when using this app. So for example, it does allow a lot of EQ customization. It comes with some presets that allow you to change or test which one may sound better for your use case. And it even allows you to create your own custom EQ, which I thought was really, really nice, especially considering the price point. Now, speaking of the price, if you decide to pick this up at the moment of making this video, these are going for around $40 US, and you can clip a 20% coupon. Now, I will leave affiliate links in the description down below, but if you want to get the best price possible, make sure that you vet it before you get it. 𝚭𝚭 is a free browser extension that lets you rest assured that you are getting the best deal possible on any given product you want to buy on Amazon, as well as other stores. It gives you a price history and can even let you know if now is a good time to purchase or if you should probably wait for a discount based on past trends. 𝚭𝚭's AI scans the reviews and summarizes the pros and cons that stand out most commonly. It works on Chrome-based browsers, Firefox, Safari, and now there's even a mobile app that makes shopping so much easier. Now, I am not sponsored by 𝚭𝚭, but I do get a kickback if you decide to install the free extension or download the free app. There is no additional cost to you, only potential savings. So it's a win-win. Check the link in the description so you can vet it before you get it. Okay, so back to the application. Aside from configuring the EQ and changing the tone of the voice, or actually the tone of the sound that you can listen to in these earbuds, the application also allowed some customization in other areas, mainly the touch controls, or rather the buttons, which is something that I really like about these earbuds because I really do not like having touch sensitive controls or capacitive controls. These have actually physical buttons, which again I really prefer because there are no unregistered touches, or there are no misfires or accidental presses. So you can be very intentional when using the buttons on each of the earbuds, and the application allows you to select how and how to use the buttons basically. So you can configure for single press, double press, triple press even, and long press. And you can configure each of the earbuds independently. So you can have volume control even. And on many earbuds that I have used that have volume control, usually it is the right earbud that increases the volume and the left earbud that decreases the volume. That is very logical, I know, but if you, for whatever reason, want to switch it, you can perfectly do so. You can even control whether both earbuds increase or decrease the volume. You can really do whatever you want with each of the buttons by configuring different actions to a single, double, triple, or long press of the function buttons. So I think that was really, really cool, especially at this price point. The app also allows you to engage the game mode, and by the way, you can also activate it by pressing 4 times the function button on each of the earbuds, on either earbud rather. And basically the game mode means that the latency is greatly reduced. Now this is not only good for gaming, but it's also good for when you are watching your TV series, movies, or whatever YouTube video where there is somebody speaking. In traditional earbuds, or Bluetooth earbuds rather, or even Bluetooth headphones, any Bluetooth device for that matter, there is always latency that it can be perceived depending on what you're doing. If you're playing a game, then you will definitely notice the latency because, for example, if you're playing actually whatever game, I was going to mention first-person shooters, but whatever game, the sound effects will come delayed to your ears, and that really feels annoying. Now, in terms of watching a TV series or a movie, then the latency is not as bad, but you do kind of you can be sensitive to the latency, is what I'm trying to say. I myself am very sensitive to it, so it is really annoying to me to see somebody's mouth moving in a way that does not really correlate to what I'm listening to. And it makes the movie or TV series feel like it was translated to another language. So activating the game mode completely eliminates that, because there is of course still a delay because it is still Bluetooth, but the delay is so minuscule, so negligible that you really don't perceive it anymore. Now, to wrap this up, some things that I would like to see improved in future versions of these Bluetooth earbuds is the case itself. Like I mentioned, it is very plasticky, very lightweight, but my real complaint about this case is that the magnets are not very strong. And this means that when the earbuds are put inside here for charging, sometimes the prongs don't make proper contact, and when the earbuds don't make contact with the prongs, they stop charging, and when they stop charging, what happens is that they turn on. So I think you can see where I'm going with this. Today, for example, I was having a FaceTime call with my parents, and I wanted my family to be a part of the call, so I put it on speaker. Now, because I had this case with the earbuds in my pants, sometimes when I moved around, I all of a sudden could not hear my parents anymore, and it was because one of the earbuds turned on, it switched to, or actually connected to the phone, and I couldn't listen to them anymore on the speaker because the sound was being routed into my pants with these earbuds. And likewise, sometimes they would not listen to me because, again, the microphone was transferred to the earbuds, which were in my pants, and now my parents could not listen to me anymore. And I was struggling with this a lot during the call, so I ended up just deactivating Bluetooth on my phone to fix that. Now, I did find a workaround for this, and this is just my experience. Not something that you should probably do, but if you have this and you are having the same problem, then maybe you can try this. I used a little sheet of foam and I cut it just about the size of the lid, or the front part of the lid rather, so that it presses down on the contacts when the lid is closed. Now, there is a caveat with that. Even though the sheet of foam is pretty slim, it really isn't slim enough, and so the lid does not completely close now. So if you are OCD, then that's probably going to annoy you. But, it is what it is. I can live with it. I don't really care. I don't mind it. I like this enough for the sound quality, which is pretty good for what they are. And I like the awareness that they give me, and actually, I'm going to have to give this to my wife because she actually liked it a lot. They are very comfortable. By the way, I did not mention anything on comfort, but as you can see, I have been wearing this throughout the video, and I have been wearing my glasses, and I have absolutely no problems using these earbuds with my glasses, which I have to use all the time, by the way. So yeah, very comfortable. The sound quality, very good for what they are. And I almost forgot. I wanted to tell you something about the loudness of these earbuds. Something very strange happened. I cannot explain it, but it is actually a very good thing about these earbuds. Usually, when I'm using my regular earbuds, which are in-ear, and they do have very good isolation from the outside, but I have chickens in my backyard, okay? So every day I go and I clean the water trays, and when I'm cleaning the water trays, the sound of the water hitting the containers usually is too loud for me to listen to whatever it is that I'm listening to in my earbuds, even those that are that go inside your ear canal. I cannot explain this because physics should do or should not work this way, but with these open earbuds, I was actually able to listen with no problem despite the loud sound of the water hitting the containers as I was washing them. This has never happened to me before. Usually I will have to really crank up the volume of the in-ear earbuds, but with these ones I had it like at 60, maybe 70% volume, and I was still able to listen very clearly to my YouTube video, which I was listening to while I was watching that. So that really surprised me. Those chickens can get really loud, and again, cleaning the water containers is pretty loud in itself. And usually I do not listen to that even with in-ear earbuds, but with these ones I was able to listen to my music or my YouTube video with no problem. I was very surprised by that. I thought I should mention it because it shouldn't happen. I mean, I was still aware of my surroundings. I could still hear all my surroundings, and I could still listen to my YouTube video. So that was actually something that speaks pretty well of these earbuds. So caveats, like I mentioned, sound quality not the best, but pretty good for what they are. You cannot compare them to over-ear headphones or in-ear earbuds. So for what they are, for being open back, the sound quality is good. And yeah, there's that. Okay, so you want to be aware of your surroundings if you want to work out. These are actually IPX7 rated, by the way, so you can work out with them, you can sweat with them with no problem. And if you have an active lifestyle, you like to jog, you like to go outside and there's traffic and you need to be mindful of your traffic, then these are a great option. So I'm so sorry for making this long. I hope that this video was helpful. If you would like to see another set of this style of earbuds, but that actually go inside your ear canal, you can check out the video that I made right here. These are the Oxium T19s, which I actually do like a lot too. And very different type of earbuds, but you know, each has their use case. So click there if you want to watch that. Thank you for watching this far. I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, may God bless you all.